مرحبا واهلا وسهلا فيكم. Hope you're all well and having a wonderful day wherever you are. In today's session, we'll be talking about the third conditional sentence in Levantine Arabic using can in conjunction with the conditional particle لو. Let's have a look. The structure. Again, this is our third type of unreal conditional sentence using the verb to be was in particular in conjunction with the conditional particle لو. Let's have a look at some examples. كنت رحت على السوق. كنت رحت, I would have gone, I would have left على السوق, to the market. لو, if ما خربت السيارة, the car did not break. I would have gone to the market if the car did not break. كنت رحت على السوق لو ما خربت السيارة. كنت رحت على السوق لو ما خربت السيارة. I would have gone or left to the market if the car did not break. So it's a little bit unreal talking, well, if it didn't break, I would have left, meaning if it didn't break, would you still have gone? That's the meaning behind it. It's really nice structure to use it, and it's widely used in dialect, and this is a great bonus for you to have it and to know it using the structure, the verb to be can or كنت in conjunction with the conditional particle لو. Another example. كنت تركت الشغل لشوف رفقاتي. كنت تركت, I would have left الشغل, the work, لشوف, to see, لا شوف, to see, لا شوف. So لشوف means to see. لا is to and شوف is to see. I have made a tutorial about the subjunctive in Arabic. Check that out. This would make a great sense to you. لشوف رفقاتي, my friends. رفقاتي. Again, the qaf here, it's a qaf latha in Arabic. However, in dialect, people tend to replace it with a glottal stop. This doesn't affect anything of the meaning of the vocabulary. It's just another way of pronouncing it, very much like between English accents, very much like South and North Germany, for example, very much like Spanish, and the variety between its dialects or pronunciation. So again, in Arabic, similarly to that, it's pretty much the same concept. So رفقاتي or رفقاتي, رفقاتي, and people do tend to pronounce both. Similarly, you could do the same thing and use the one you find it easy to pronounce. كنت تركت, I would have left, so ترك is to leave. كنت تركت, I would have left الشغل لشوف رفقاتي, the work, to see my friends. لو ما اتصل المدير, if the manager did not call. If the manager did not call. لو ما, which means not. اتصل is to call or phone. المدير, the manager. كنت تركت الشغل لشوف رفقاتي لو ما اتصل المدير. And this is a lovely structure for you to memorize it and for you to use it, especially if you're talking to people on a daily basis. This structure elevates your speech and people would automatically recognize it as somebody has taken the extra mile to learn some of these structures that only native speakers do use it on a regular basis. So I definitely recommend to give it a really good try. And if you can, make some sentences and leave them in the comment section below, and I'll definitely give you some feedback. Another example. كنت رحت في إجازة لو خلص الحجر الصحي. كنت رحت, I would have left, في إجازة, on a holiday, في إجازة, إجازة. كنت رحت في إجازة, I would have left on a holiday. لو, if خلص الحجر الصحي, if the quarantine had finished. الحجر الصحي, الحجر الصحي, الحجر الصحي, 2 words, means quarantine. And خلص is to finish. لو خلص, if it had finished, meaning if it had finished on time, I would have gone on holiday, but sadly I'm not going. كنت رحت في إجازة لو خلص الحجر الصحي. كنت رحت معك لو وصلت بكير. كنت رحت معك, I would have left with you لو وصلت بكير, if you had arrived early. وصلت, وصل is to arrive, and بكير is early. بكير, 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 بكير. لو وصلت بكير كانت رحت معك, I would have gone or left with you. لو وصلت بكير, if you had arrived early. كنت اشتريت لك أكل معي لو قلت لي. كنت اشتريت لك أكل معي, I would have bought you food with me. كنت اشتريت لك, I would have bought you. اشتريت لك, لك, which means me talking to you masculine. كنت اشتريت لك, I would have bought you. To buy, so اشترى is to buy or purchase. لك for you. كنت اشتريت لك أكل, أكل which is food. معي with me, meaning if you go down when you're working, if you go to have lunch, and when a few colleagues forget to go to lunch, and you could say, for example, كنت اشتريت لك أكل معي, I would have bought you some food. لو قلت لي, if you had told me. لو قلت لي, if you had told me. لو قلت لي, قلت إلي. قلت إلي becomes قلت لي. I have conjugated this verb twice, once in the past tense separately, and the other conjugation was in the present tense. Both are conjugated with the preposition el and in conjunction with the object pronoun. So definitely check that out if you find this pronunciation a little bit difficult. كنت اشتريت لك أكل معي لو قلت لي. I would have bought you food with me if you had told me. كنتوا روحوا على البحر لو الطقس حلو. كنتوا روحوا على البحر, you would have gone to the sea. لو الطقس حلو, if the weather was nice. لو الطقس حلو, if the weather is nice. لو الطقس, 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 طقس is weather. حلو, nice. كنتوا روحوا على البحر, you would have gone to the sea, or it was possible for you to go to the sea. لو الطقس حلو, if the weather is nice, if the weather is nice. ما كنت كتبت الرسالة, I would not have written the letter. So again, you can't precede can with a negation. I would not have written the letter. ما كنت كتبت الرسالة. ما كنت, I did not. كتبت, I wrote. الرسالة, the letter or the message. ما كنت كتبت الرسالة, I would not have written the letter. لو قلت لي, if you had told me. لو قلت لي, if you had told me. إنك كتبت رسالة قبلي لسارة. لو قلت لي, if you had told me. إنك, that you. كتبت, you wrote. رسالة, a letter. قبلي, before me. لسارة, to Sarah. Meaning, I would not have written the letter if you had told me that you wrote the letter before me to Sarah. If you're sending and you don't want the embarrassment, let's say, for example, or put yourself in a different situation. So you say, if you had told me that you wrote the letter, I would not have written one as well. ما كنت كتبت الرسالة لو قلت لي إنك كتبت رسالة قبلي لسارة. كنت اللي رايح على السوق. كنت اللي رايح على السوق. كنت اللي رايح على السوق. كنت طلبت منك تشتري لي قلم معك. This structure as well is used where people tend to ask each other, if you had told me أنت رايح, which means you're going, على السوق, to the market. If you had told me that you're going to the market. كنت اللي رايح على السوق. كنت, I would have. كنت طلبت منك, I would have asked you تشتري لي, to buy me. قلم, a pen, معك, with you. I would have asked you to buy me a pen with you. كنت اللي رايح على السوق. If you had told me that you're going to the market. كنت طلبت منك, I would have asked you تشتري لي, to buy me. قلم, a pen. قلم, قلم or قلم, either the pronunciation, it doesn't matter. قلم, قلم, which means a pen. قلم, قلم, معك, with you. This is the third conditional sentence in Levantine Arabic where we use the verb to be in conjunction with the conditional particle لو. You could follow the standard structure by say كنت followed by the past tense, then followed by the other half of the sentence preceded with لو. I would have like كنت رحت معك, I would have left with you or gone with you. لو وصلت بكير, if you had arrived early. And again, it could be conjugated with different subject pronouns. كنت روح على البحر, you could have gone to the sea. لو الطقس حلو, if the weather is nice or was nice. And the other thing, you can negate it. ما كنت كتبت رسالة, I would not have written the letter. لو قلت لي إنك كتبت رسالة قبلي لسارة, if you had told me that you wrote a letter before me to Sarah. And finally, you can say كنت اللي رايح السوق, you could have told me that you've gone to the market or you're going to the market. كنت طلبت منك تشتري القلم, I would have asked you to buy me a pen. So both part of the sentence are preceded with can with the verb to be, conjugated with the past tense, and then the overall meaning, it has that conditional or unreal conditional in the past tense. And I hope these examples made it clear for you how to use it. I would definitely recommend that you try to give it a try and try to use it. It will definitely elevate your speech and people would see that you're not a total beginner. Great guys, thank you all very much. Hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Don't forget to give it a really good practice and make lots of examples and leave them in the comment section below, and I'll definitely give you some feedback on that. Till next time, stay safe. مع السلامة.